Speaking of which, though, if you guys know my primary intro and the one you just saw, in the near future, we're going to be putting out another blast. I am looking to have another introduction made of similar quality to the one you just saw, or the ones that we play in the morning. I will definitely be throwing some resources at the project, but at the same time, I am very much looking for, like, professionalism, like as good or better than the 2 intros I already have. So if you guys are interested, feel free to send an email with a portfolio link, specifically examples of your current work. We did do this before, where we put a blast out for intros, and we got some good stuff, but unfortunately we got a lot of, like, here's some stuff I can do. It's not what you're looking for, but I could do what you're looking for. That doesn't really work. I'm again specifically looking for people that have already done 3D modeling and animation, and like have, you know, like minute plus examples of it. So I do appreciate it. But again, if you are one of those people or know one of those people, get them in contact with me, because I will make sure they are compensated properly for their work. And if it's like an organization, that's fine too. You can just send it to CohhCarnage@opg.tv. Yeah, that's my email. CohhCarnage@opg.tv. And again, please don't even bother sending portfolios if it's not specifically for what I'm asking for. Don't get me wrong, I love if you're an amazing concept artist, but I'm looking for a 3D animator that can do stuff like what you've already seen. So, yeah. What do I pay with? Good vibes and channel tokens. Yes. I will pay you in good vibes, hugs, and tokens in my channel. Yeah, that's, And I guess I could pay you in cash if you need me to. I could do that too. Yeah. Oh, and exposure. Lots of exposure. In fact, I'll give you some right now. Oh, not that exposure? Well, we'll talk. I could send nudes. Is that? No? Okay. Anyway. Okay, we just got to the Shrine of Lamatsu. I think we just rested. Let's do a hard save. Shrine of Lamasha Sauce. Here we go. Oh. Oh, wow. Hold on 1 second, dudes. So I totally put up a tweet to a company, and I was like, hey, you wondering about review copies for Outward so I can play it in the morning? And the dude was like, followed me and was like, send us a message. It's like, okay. Give me just 1 second. Give me just a second here, guys. 30 seconds. One sec, guys. Almost done. Okay. Let's go. Oh, Keston. What's up, my guy? Seeing you, Keston nods. Under his coat, you notice a suit of armor. A sword hangs at his belt. The guard is ready to fight. I'm happy to see you, my Baron. While we were waiting for you, I've had enough time to choose a good place for the ambush. I've received your letter, Keston. I came as soon as I could. Thank you, Your Grace. I decided that you'd like to see this place with your own eyes. Lamashtu Shrine is on the other side of the hill. I suggest we set an ambush right here. The visibility is good, so we can watch the cultists unnoticed and choose the right moment to strike. If you wish, you can examine the location. It's place to worship and praise, and what we mess around. Mother of Beast will be pissed. Are you ready for the ambush? The day is right, the time is coming. All we have to do now is wait until the cultists gather to their coven. I hope you're ready to fight. What do you know about Lamashtu? Not much, Your Grace, but I've heard some things. Goblins, kobolds, and other wild beast worship her. She helps them to breed, protects their young. As for people, the blessing of Lamashtu is too dangerous for them. A woman can give birth to something so terrible that the villagers might decide to drive a mother and child out from the village or worse. You can go down and take a look at the shrine. The scouts who've been watching the cultists told me about hideous rituals that were performed here. The cultists disfigure and mutilate themselves, shriek like demons, and copulate in mud. Oh, it's Woodstock! I could get behind that. I just can't imagine who in their right mind, except for goblins, would ask Lamashtu for help and agree to be part of this abomination. Okay, let's look around first. Ba-bam. Oh, more like Burning Man? That's a good point. It is a little bit more like Burning Man. Although there's not a lot of mud in the desert. I guess there is enough if you know, pee in a place long enough.
In due time.
Okay, let's explore around here first. So did Coh's stream streak finally break? No, not yet, but it will be soon. I'm going to be manually ending my streak at day 2000. I'm still going to be an everyday streamer. I'm still going to stream pretty much every day, but I'm going to break the streak. Yeah. It's time. I think day 2000 is a good time. We'll have a big party on that day, too. Maybe give away a computer. Doot, doot, doot.
As it should be.
Why not day 2077? Because I don't want to turn my streak into a marketing ploy. I think day 2000 is fine. Oh, there's part of the ring. Great. All right, let's save it.
I'm glad to help.
Oh, good. We actually got a religion check there. Statue portrays Mother of Monsters, a pregnant woman with three-eyed jackal head and feathered wings. Oh, charming. All right, let's do this. Griffalion says, 2000 makes it a marketing ploy for SimCity 2000, you sellout. Damn, I didn't think about that. You're right.
In due time.
I would say 2001, but then it's just a filthy marketing ploy for the movie. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, here we go. Come to me, Lamashtu's children. Today we praise our great mother who imbued Adela's cub with life. Praise the mother of beasts. A glorious day. We are here, Lamashtu. Lamashtu favors us. She blessed the pack with a new cub, a beautiful female cub, marked by the goddess's sacred touch. Yes, at last! Praise the sacred divine! I've seen the cub. She has Lamashtu's mark on her body. The goddess took cub mother's life as a payment. What a worthless female she was, only to be able to bear a single child. Whoa. Jesus. Praise the mother of monsters, the life giver. Attach yourself to the waters of Lamashtu. Open up your veins and embellish your bodies. I'll cut my hand off. Pass me the knife. I'll carve her image in my chest. What the shit, dude? Okay. We're going in, I guess.
All according to plan.
Yo, are those lances? What weapon are these guys using?
I'm not afraid.
That's pretty cool. Curse is upon you. Lamashtu will avenge her children. Okay.
Not used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Uh-oh, Knock-Knock's in trouble. I think my boys just got destroyed. Keston, you okay? Everyone died but Keston. Jesus, man. Catch the fleeing cultist. Okay. Blood-stained piece of a manuscript. The world becomes beautiful. Burnt forests stretching the horizon. Mounds of bodies. Blackened skies. Wow. Oh, sorry. I'm going. My bad. Okay, let's go.
Right here, my friend.
There we go. The triumph over the wicked Lamashtu cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess has slipped away under the cover of darkness and into a narrow gorge amongst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave Baron, loyal Keston, and their comrades in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure clad in black was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the Baron noticed their prey had turned aside and disappeared behind some rocks. A dex check, 17 with +9. Or mobility with +25. I think we'll go with that. After they decided to take a shortcut to climb the catch the cultist by surprise, the party started climbing up the stone ridge. Climbing in the darkness is a difficult task. It's not a joke when you try to catch a stable rock and hear the small stones crumble under your feet. Several times it seemed our heroes were out of luck, but their stubbornness and the thought of the runaway cultists gloating about eluding them gave them strength. Moments later, we were at the top. So our hero found themselves at the top, and just in time. The cultist, barely visible in the darkness, was threading his way through the gorge directly beneath them. It seemed the cultist was so focused on finding his footing, he didn't notice the pursuers perched above him, giving the Baron a chance to strike. What will our heroes do next? We can do a strength check or a dex check. Send the swiftest, most agile ahead. Get him, bro. Oh, you failed the dex check? Were you like +28? Knock appeared from the darkness like a spirit. The runaway clearly hadn't been expecting that. Knock barely had the time to react when the cultist burst into a sprint. Oh, man. With our heads down and hopes lost, we descended where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones, and there before us, good fortune in his haste, our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for us to see. Should I scum it? Okay. Yeah, we can scum it. That works. Yeah, there was only like, it was a 28 dex, but I think it was only a +8 or 9 on the check. Maybe even less. I'm not going to do this yet because I'm waiting on this. There we go. Oh, yeah, I could have checked the dice roll. Yeah. Hey, my bliss. Oh, I know. I know. We'll check this time. Oh, we got an autosave, right? Yeah, there we go. Nope. Oh, it didn't autosave. Rude. Okay, we can beat this again and we'll save it. That's cool. Chat approves of the scum? Thanks. I approve of you, chat. I approve of you. One sec.
All according to plan.
Hope it not fight back.
Let us strike
Best
as
kind
one.
of fight.
So, that was Spectrum, and it was definitely a dude I'd never talked to before. And he was like, yeah, so do you have some time to talk real quick? And I was like, no, I'm working, so I can't talk right now. And then I said, well, actually, wait a second. I'm doing a lot of work with some people at Spectrum for some service issues. Is this a sales call, or is it about that?
In due time.
And the guy goes, this is a service call. And I said, oh, well, okay. In that case, you know, what's up? Like, let's talk about it. And he goes, are you interested in checking out our new streaming service? And I said, I have to go. Okay, well, can we call you later? Sure, bye. It's like, what? I specifically said, is this a sales call or a service call? And he goes, it's a service call. Okay, so what's up? Would you like to check out our new streaming service? Okay. Mobility. Okay, so I think we're going to try knock knock again. Let's check the rolls this time. Ooh. Oh, yeah, normally when you mouse over the fail... There we go. It's only a DC 18 with a +9. That's totally doable. Okay. That's totally doable. Technically he was calling to sell a new service, so... Did I get got, chat? Is that what you're basically telling me? I got got? Okay. Fair point. Fair point. I guess y'all are right. He did say streaming service. Oh, he got me good, man. He got me good. That was pretty well done. Ah, the jabation was real. Maybe I should just go... Nah, we'll do this one. Yeah! Okay. Knock Knock appeared from the darkness like a spirit. Darkness failed to cover the particular runner where the rope figure was limping badly, dragging the right leg. Despite that, the cultist vanished in the darkness without a trace. The party followed to the edge of the plateau where the flatlands begin. Cool. Great. So the big thing that we noticed is that he has a hurt leg. The lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and counter. Shadows lie thick around the room. A number of people are here. A well-dressed couple at one of the tables, a girl in simple dress, dozes near the opposite wall, and at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping the mugs and glaring at you. From the half-open kitchen door, you hear the clanging of pans upon metal, presumably a stove. Keston looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seems to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Keston's hand falls to his weapon. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'd like to look around and speak with the people. Maybe I'll find something. As you command. My advice, take their room keys. Their personal belongings speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. Oh, dude, I don't
All according to plan.
I remember this is like a little investigation thing, but I don't remember for the life of me what we did here. I'm looking for someone. Can you help me? Do you know who your guests are? Why should I? I'm not their ward. They come, they pay for a bed, they keep quiet. Why would I care who they are? A crime has happened, Doomra. I need your help to find the culprit. So what did the culprit do wrong? Derma's voice becomes thick, corners of her mouth curved down. Shot a deer in someone's land, and now the criminal has to run away. If she was an animal herself, whatever it is, leave me out of it. A cultist of Lamashtu is hiding in your lodge. I have to find them. Doomer stares at you. Oop. Doomer stares at you for a moment, then utters a hoarse chuckle. One of Lamashtu's own? That's quite a story you've spun, Your Grace. Next you'll be telling me I'm holding Rovagug down in the cellar. And what's your proof that I hide cultists? Several hours walk from here is a lodge. Now, barren enough, here in the Stolen Lands you can't swing a dead cat without hitting some goblin's nest or cursed ruins or shrines or something foul. There are footsteps leading to your lodge. So what? Folks come to this lodge every day. Your lodge is the only house in the neighborhood. And? Is that a bad thing? I really don't like your tone, dude. You're like fighting me on this. I'm not going to argue with you. Do you let everyone into your house? What are you hinting at? Your guests, Damra. Do you allow anyone who asks you to spend a night here? Of course, everyone. What else am I expected to do? I pick who gets a warm spot near the fire and who gets left out in the rain. I've let you in and your thugs, though you've put a terror in my other guests. Excuse me? Who are you calling a thug? Says Octavia. You're a fair lass, sure, but who knows what thoughts you have in that pretty head of yours. Whoa. Do you remember when they came, at least? She closed her eyes, trying to recall. I went to check on my traps. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell you for sure, Your Grace. How many people are there in the lodge except for you? Watch yourself. There are 3 of them, all sitting over there. That one in the kitchen, guessing she's a servant of the 2 noble folks. They look to be carrying all the coin. Okay, you were incredibly unhelpful. Save.
It is finished.
Something is burning inside of the stove. It was thrown in the fire not long ago. The kitchen servant is busy grinding herbs with a mortar. She's wearing a dress soiled with dark stains, and her hair is knotted in a bun with a few stray hairs poking free. The woman doesn't appear to notice you as she makes her way to the stove. You notice she's limping badly on her right leg. Bam. Who are you? Name's Tisana. I cook for the Tedrums, nobles for Restov. What will it be? What can you tell me about your masters? No quicker road to trouble. Talking about masters, that is. How would you like it if your servants were all gossip about you? They pay regularly, not stingy with their coin. They don't yell much, so I count myself fortunate. Why are they here, you think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know. I mend, I cook, I serve where needed, and I also worship Lamashtu. Alright, that's enough about Tedrums. We're looking for a criminal who may have fled this way. Have you seen anyone suspicious? I need the key to your room. Room? I don't have a room except here in the kitchen. Bed's a bench. Still warm enough, though. What are you cooking? She throws a glance at the stove. That there's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's midday meal, that is. Peeking to the stew pot. You lift the lid off the pan. Some brew boils inside. It looks strange and smells odd. You lean over and smell the stew. And immediately flinch. The acrid stink of vinegar feels like a punch to the face. Besides, you can smell some strange spice, which would be appropriate in a dessert, but not a first course dinner. So she doesn't even know how to cook. Essentially, she doesn't know how to cook. Have you seen anyone come into the kitchen recently? Only Dumra. Okay. The hostess of the lodge doesn't mind you cooking in her kitchen. As if she came here often herself. Filth piled in corners, the floor sandal deep in dirt. Had to work my fingers to bone to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal in this. She curls her lip. This cowshed. Ugh. Okay. So that's our person. That is her. Yep, you can even see it right there. Cool.
That is not far.
Oh, what's this?
A trivial matter.
The back door was used recently. Okay. Code, you see they announced that they are working on LOTR Golem Action Adventure game? Oh, cool, Julia. I did not hear about that. Also, good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Cybergy. Sure, sounds fun. Let's do it.
As it should be.
Okay, let's talk to Olika. I still want to talk to everyone, even though we know who it is, because we may get, Oh! You must have forgotten, but it was you who discovered my husband's body, Leskin. A traitor died on one of his trips. You found the brooch and a letter and have sent it to me. Oh, she touches a turquoise brooch pinned to her dress. The brooch is familiar to you. You made it possible that the last gift from my husband found its way home. There are not enough words in this world for how grateful I am. Oh. What are you doing here? Taking what rest I can after a long day on the road. I'm a widow. I barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with child and in difficult times like these. I've got a sister in Gralton, God's bless her. She agreed to give me shelter in her house. Where are you from? From Galt. You recall the location of Galt and Gralton. As far as you know, stolen lands lay aside from the places Olika has named. Are you planning to stay in Gralton? I don't know yet. It's a long journey for you. I have little coin, your grace, so I have to beg traders on the road to ride in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? Cultist, that's horrible, but how can I help you? Have you seen anything suspicious? No. Do you know anyone in this hall? First time I've seen these people was when I stepped over the threshold of this lodge. Do you know who came to the lodge last? I heard noises from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and this grumpy old lady Doomra came about. Okay, I need a key to your room. Alright. That was pretty good. Hey, J Doublets. What's up, bud? Kaban Tedrum. Greetings, Baron. Let me introduce myself. Kaban Tedrum from Restov. This is my wife, Una Tedrum. We've come to your lands to hunt, yet I admit we did not expect to meet you in person. To what do we owe this honor? Tell me about yourself. I'm a legalist, Baron. My job is to ensure Restov's laws are upheld. He's a lawyer. Okay. Oh, Una nods without a word, her gaze fixed on you. Oh, yes, of course, Kaban Tedrum. I've heard about you and your famous legal cases. Kaban Tedrum freezes, as if someone put a knife to his throat. Is that so? He tries to smile, but his eyes are fearful. I doubt, Baron, that anything you heard concerned me. My family name is a common one. I have so many relatives, I know not a quarter of them. A legalist? So you're a judge? Not exactly. I work as a legal defendant in cases when a suspect's innocence must be proven. A lawyer. With a difficult job like yours, it's impossible to get by without some divine support. Whom do you address your prayers to? Why, to Abadar, of course, divine patron of law and lawyers. Okay. You recognize me at once. Do I know you? I doubt it, but news about developments within the stolen land and your role in them has traveled far. The woman in the kitchen, your cook? Cabron nods quickly. Yes, we just can't imagine our lives without Tisana. Una coughs delicately. My constitution demands a unique diet. She studies you closely. A private matter, if you don't mind. Far from Bravoy, are you not? You see, Cabron clears his throat. I've heard the wildlife here are excellent sport, so I decided to see for myself. Sort truth from rumor, you understand. Fortunately, my fair wife was in favor of the trip, so here we are. Do you prefer snares or a bow?
Applause, please.
A bow. What kind of prey do you hunt? Cabron freezes. He swallows. Cougars? He swallows again, as if fighting to take a breath. Magnificent predators, worthy prey for a worthy hunter. He gives an awkward smile. Of all the things, cougars? Guitar God. Sub 6 months, definitely been here way longer. Come for the game, stayed for the co. Good vibes, and let's go another 6 months. Name's Danny, by the way. Well, thanks, Danny. I've already forgotten that, because I have a terrible memory. But I appreciate your $10 tip. Thank you. Coldblade with a 5 gift bomb, and Fearox with the 1 year. Thank you so much for that, my dude. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And a big thanks to Johnny for his $10 tip. Well, I hope you enjoy your hunting. Let's change the topic. An odd place to rest for the night. Why, Baron, Una gives a false smile. We adore this charming dwelling. She glances around the dim hall. Her smile remains, but you notice she raises an eyebrow at her surroundings as if in judgment. Crime is taking place nearby. The ones responsible may be hiding in this house. I'm afraid, Your Grace, Cabron looks downcast. We won't be able to help you. Have you seen anyone suspicious? We're not accustomed to such company, Baron. Besides, from Restov legalist point of view, every person in this room is suspicious. Do you know the hostess? No, I don't. And I must say, she doesn't look forward to meeting new people either. Do you recall who came to this lodge last? On second thought, this young woman, I didn't notice exactly when she entered the room. He turns to his wife. My dear, perhaps you recall, what was the name of our hostess used in addressing her? Olika, sweetheart. Una shrugs faintly. I cannot recall if I saw her at the start of the evening. I need a key to your room. Despite Una's cool expression, you notice a bead of sweat running down her temple. As she spots your glance, her lips tighten. Why is everyone doing suspicious stuff? We already know it's Tisana because of the leg.
Uh-oh. And whoops.
Oh, he failed to pick the lock? Oh, that's
In
kind of
due
fun.
time.
Save. The bag contains Tedrum's clothes and personal belongings. The sheets are crumpled. The blanket is thrown aside. It seems someone was sleeping in this bed not long ago.
A trivial matter.
There are no hunting bows, arrows, snares, nor any sign of the Tedrum having any hunting on their mind. Well then. A pile of dirty clothes covers some snares. There are quite a few hunting bows and quivers. This is Dummer's room. This is the main person's room. The sheets in this bed look dirty. The old bed cover is sewed together from a number of patches. Receipts, shopping lists, and other papers pile over Doomer's table. Okay, so she is
all according to plan.
doing her thing.
Did it without breaking it.
The chest contains modest clothing. Okay. The table holds piles of letters crossed with a ribbon. These are the letters from Alika's deceased husband.
It is done.
The mattress covers blood-stained cloth and bandages.
Follow my lead.
Okay, we can rest here, but I don't want to do that. All right, let's go back down and talk to Alika first. Is this live or a rerun? Oh, this is live, bud. Yeah. The reruns we're doing right now are a BioShock. So if you ever see, we have a BioShock 2 rerun to finish up, and then we're going to do BioShock Infinite after that. And then once we get the reruns of BioShock Infinite done, we're probably going to do Stalker. But yeah, I think the first rerun we'll probably host Drop Frames tomorrow afternoon instead of a rerun. But I've got some more half days coming up in the next week, so we'll take care of them then. Okay, let's talk to Alika first. Whoop. There we go. Okay. You see this couple at the table, the nobles from Restov. They claim you're the last one who came to the hall. But that's not true. It's not. Demra, the hostess. She was the last one. I remember her coming through the kitchen. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, tomorrow we'll hopefully do a full day. And then Wednesday will be drop frames. Whoops, I got my days mixed up. Sorry. Oh, JP's... Wait, Tilladin said JP said no drop frames tomorrow? Well, yeah, that's because tomorrow is Tuesday. But did JP say there's no drop frames on Wednesday because Zeke's out of town? I know they didn't do drop frames last week because Zeke was gone and I'm gone. And I'm going to be gone this week too. So if Zeke's gone too, maybe they canceled twice in a row. I don't know. Yeah, I think Zeke is still in Japan. Okay, well, if there's no drop frames on Wednesday, then we'll probably finish up the Bioshock 2 rerun in the afternoon. Cool. That'd be great. That'd be great. Okay. Alika, why are there bloodstained... Regardless, come to this channel on Wednesday afternoon. I'll have something for you to watch. There we go. Okay. Alika, why are there bloodstained undergarments in your room? Where is that from? Alika takes a step back, her eyes wide with fear. I'll explain. The woman lowers her head and rests her hands against her belly. I'm expecting a baby, but because of the journey, or of all the worries, something must have gone wrong. It hurts. Alika closes her eyes tightly, and I bleed. Alika starts sobbing. I tried to find out what's wrong, to heal myself, to appease the gods. The priest of Pharasma told me he couldn't help. The goddess rejected my child, said it would be born dead. But I can't. I just can't accept it. I can't give up. This child, my husband's child, it's all I have left of him. Alika hides her face behind her hands and starts to weep. You realize you'll get nothing more from her at the moment. That's kind of terrible.
That is not far.
I've been to your room. I found no hunting weapons there. Kebren becomes white as a sheet. You see, well, he licks his lips, which are now trembling slightly. Unra, who is watching her husband closely, touches his shoulder lightly. I beg your pardon, Baron. She leans into Gabron and whispers something in his ear. You barely hear Una's hiss. Get a hold of yourself, you fool. You'll ruin everything. These words seem to have the desired effect. Gabron suddenly straightens and smiles. Truth be told, it's a rather embarrassing matter. I proved to be a much worse hunter than I thought. Just imagine, I managed to snap not one, but not two, but 3 bowstrings in a day. Infuriated, I broke my bow across my knee. It shames me to even speak of it. Oh, it's like a golfer. Una smiles gently and looks aside. Okay. People say me came last to the hall. Duma looks at you closely for a moment, then grunts. Right, she speaks slowly, as if keeping her temper. I went out to the kitchen when this clumsy gal has knocked over some of my pots. What of it? I'd like to examine your room. Duma's hands tighten to fists, but she keeps them at her hips. She says nothing, merely stares at you defiantly. Listen, the sooner I cross you out of the suspect list, the sooner I'll leave you alone. Your way then, her eyes narrow, but have care. No digging through my undergarments, or I'll have your hands on hooks, you hear?
As it should be.
Okay. Oh, little tiny F? Ah, we're fine. Thank you. All right. I think it's time. We know it's Tisana.
All according to plan.
I'll just do it here. Save. There is someone who seemed especially suspicious to me. Tisana. I think, Tisana, you know why I've brought you here. The kitchen servant cast a wary look at Keston, then you. I would? How? Do you jest, my lord? She gives a half smile as if uncertain. How can I know what you're thinking? Keston shakes his head. Enough. We know who you are. Lamashtu won't help you. Tisana is silent for a moment, then straightens like a serpent, her eyes cold with contempt. Is that so? Her accent has vanished, the demeanor of a peasant shed like a cloak. Then you know little of our faith indeed. The Great Mother is with me. Tisana's voice is ice. Prepare yourself for her.
2, 3.
Nice.
Consider me provoked.
Beautiful. Stop! Stop! I surrender! I surrender! The priestess of Lamashtu holds her hands over her bleeding wounds, moaning in pain. Wait, Polly Swan says, don't? It's not? Wait, what, Police One? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? I don't think so. Stop, stop, I surrender, I surrender. The priest of Lamashtu holds her hands over her bleeding wound, moaning in pain. She raises the hem of her skirt and starts to wipe away the blood from her legs. Her right leg is covered with sores, oozing pus and yellow ichor. Ugh. Oh, Polly Swan says, nothing, Co. Sorry, mistakes were made. Okay, cool. You and your minions unleashed a blight across my land. Because of you monsters overrun the barony, and honest people fear to leave their homes. The priest of Lamashtu shakes her head and tries to close her wounds, moaning, that's nonsense. I've heard the stories about what's happening in your barony, Asamar, but I have nothing to do with this. The Great Mother rules the monsters of this world, but if you had truly earned her wrath, the lands would be drowning in blood. No, Baron, you must look elsewhere to place blame. Lamashtu and her followers have nothing to do with your troubles. Tell me who you are, quick now. I am the priestess of the cult of Lamashtu, the Great Mother, the ancestress of monsters. I am not from these lands. I came because of the pleas of your people, who seek the mercy of my goddess. I came to these lands in secret and hid my identity from everyone except those initiated in the mysteries of the Great Mother, even the hostess of this lodge, who had no idea who I was, and those looking for divine benefaction found me on their own, and there are more than followers of Aristo would believe. More than the followers. Tell me about your cult of Lamashtu. We are numerous and we are strong. The tribe of Lamashtu followers grows every day, breeds, and spreads across the land of Galarian in search for places to create new packs. What kind of rituals were you performing at the shrine? We prayed to Lamashtu. We asked for new offspring in the pack. We mated like wild animals, free of stupid prejudices. I'll spare you the details, Asamar. Those like you are unable to accept the greatness of our ancient faith. Aren't you a merry bunch? Octavia giggles, waving her finger tauntingly at the priestess. But you know, Callistria's faithful have a lot of fun too, just without the risk of growing a pair of tentacles in the process. Don't you dare compare your frivolous goddess to ours, who as old as the world itself. Your orgies are little more than entertainment for bored townsfolk. Ours are full of primordial wisdom. Valerie winces. Can we please skip the theological debate over which cult has better orgies? Neutral. I'm not impressed by your attempts to wound my pride. That'll do neutral good. Narrow-minded creatures living by stupid human laws. Where are the rest of the Lamashtu cultists hiding? The one's face turned to stone. You cannot make me betray my children to the Great Mother. Torture me if you like. Lamashtu will grant me the strength to endure any pain you inflict upon me. Have you allied with goblins and other creatures in the area? No. We have the same mistress, but our paths to faith are different. All these people in the lodge, are they here because of you? The priestess shakes her head. They were searching for the blessing of Lamashtu. Other gods have denied them, and they have to ask Mother of Monsters for her benefaction. The couple from Restov, did they come to meet you? Yes. Several years ago, the lawyer defended a necromancer in a court of his native city, and he won the trial. Since then, all of Tedrum's attempts to conceive a child were doomed to fail. Pharasma didn't want to prolong the bloodline of a man who protected those who raised the dead. Una has more brains than her spineless mate, so she sought the support of Lamashtu. The child, of course, will bear the mark of goddess, but Tedrum's don't have much choice. Pharasma's memory is long. What's the story of the merchant's widow? Olika, Olika, Olika. She's a poor girl clinging to the unborn life in her wound. The seed of her husband was too weak. Olika's child is doomed to perish before coming to this world. Is the lodge hostess involved in all this too? This thoughtless thing? No, she did not see. Was not smart enough to see what was transpiring under her nose. I won't offend the name of Lamashtu by calling her hostess one of her tribe. Ouch. Enough. Keston, I have an order for you. Your Grace? Tristan moves closer to you. Please be merciful to these people. Imagine how great their despair must be to turn to the monstrous Lamashtu for help. Though the thought disgusts me, the priestess did try to help them in whatever way she could. Oh. I forgive all of you. Let them go. Keston looks at you as if you're mad. Let them go. All of them. But as you command, Your Grace. I don't think the Stolen Lands have ever seen someone as kind and noble as you. Valerie looks at you like you just grew a new set of horns. Like you just grew a new set of horns, and she rolls her eyes and silently turns away. She hates me so much. Well then, it seems I shall serve the Great Mother in these lands a little longer. If you wish to speak or ask for something, come to my shrine of Lamashtu. This is where you'll find me. We'll deal with these people as you've ordered. I suppose it'll be a relief to Dumra to get rid of such troubling guests. I thank you, Your Grace, for your help and for your wisdom. A pity we didn't discover the true reason behind the blight, but at least we have one less mystery on our hands. Have a safe journey, my Baron. Okay. A lot of good stuff there. I think we probably want to head right back into the barony. Oh. Okay, give me 1 second, dudes. I just got a notification they want some more info to potentially get me an outward key for tomorrow morning. So let me do that real quick. We're gonna pause on this real quick. I'm gonna wait to do this. Oh, actually, quick side note. Mods, you know what to do? I think my pizza just got here, so I'll be right back.